revolutionary plans. Let's put an image on screen. And this is, the BBC's calling it an unprecedented event. But on screen on the left there, we've got Condoleezza Rice. Then we've got FBI Director Christopher Wray. Then we've got Director General Mike Burgess from the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation. We've got Director General Ken McCallum from MI5. We've got Director David Vigneault, Canadian Security Intelligence Services, and Director General Andrew Hampton from New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, all together on the stage at one time at the Hoover Institute at Stanford University yesterday. And I don't know how unprecedented you think that is.
Well, I see these individuals as coming out of the shadows, Mike. They become more and more overt in what they're doing. But I think this sort of thing has been going on in the shadows for many, many years.
So my question is, okay, this was the public event, and the feature, the main topic of conversation at the public event was that China is stealing all our stuff. So this was Ken McCallum saying that 20,000 people have now been approached in the UK by Chinese agents attempting to get hold of Western intellectual property and so on. And so China is the big danger. We've got to deal with China. We're basically going to war with China. That is the message that's coming strongly from this. So anyway, we will report more when we've had a chance to look at it in a bit more detail. But I just really wanted to make the point that we are building a narrative against China everywhere at the moment. And there's no relief from it from Robert F. Kennedy. Now, Vanessa, of course, has criticized him heavily for his position on Israel. But this is what he was saying a couple of days ago. Iran and China are one organism at this point, and they now, because of BRICS, they now control, and because of Iran's control of Venezuela, they control 90% of the oil supply of the world. If Israel was not there, China could blackmail the entire world with our energy supply, and that is the most disastrous foreign policy outcome. We have an absolutely critical existential strategic interest for being in Israel, for supporting them. Israel has a right to be there. It is not an occupying force. The Jews have continuously occupied it for 3,700 years. Well, apart from the factual inaccuracy in that statement, the point here is that he is, just as every other presidential candidate, including Donald Trump, is absolutely on the China war drums bandwagon. And I think that is extremely concerning. And I just want to end with Putin's speech at the BRICS conference, which has been taking place this week. And to say nothing else about it at this stage, other than the fact that this conference is talking about development, developing countries, developing nations. Its entire basis, there's not a word of, defense contractors. There's not a word of warfare. This is something completely different going on here. And no matter what you think about the BRICS and about the countries involved in the BRICS, I think it's about time Western nations were thinking along these lines and not about blowing up the world, which seems to be our only agenda at the moment. And the only way that this is going to get stopped is if we stop it.
Indeed. Thank you for that, Mike. Well, we'll say let's end the news by thinking about the children, wherever they are in the world, but particularly at the moment in the Middle East, the children who are being failed by adult policy. And it's up to all of us, as you've said, Mike, to do something about it. Let's stop the violence and then we can sort out the politics. That's the view of UK Column, and we'll end it there. If you're a subscriber, please join us in a few moments for Extra, where we've got a lot more to say. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.